Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Inditex, particularly store profitability, per store basis and per square meter basis. The summary for today is that Inditex has an EBIT per store of 450k euros compared to, for example, H&M's 275k euros per store. So that's around half. Secondly, their revenue hovers around 5,000 euros per square meter of selling area, and EBIT for Inditex is 900 euros per square meter, and net income is 700 euros per square meter. Then we have the third bullet point, which is Zara's physical profitability is healthy, and it is the main Inditex brand to monitor. We will look at Inditex store profitability and further deepen our knowledge about this company. If you haven't checked the previous Inditex analysis, please check the written posts. They are all available at stockpickinginsights.com, including this one. So if we want to look at store profitability, first we need to ask, how many physical slash offline sales does Inditex have? To do so, we must make the distinction between online and offline sales. Then we have a table on the written post, and you will see the last 4 years, and it will show you EBIT, online sales, as a percentage of all sales. Then you have physical EBIT, so if you can divide EBIT in offline and online sales. And then you have the number of stores, which will give you the physical EBIT per store in 1,000 euros. And that's where we derive the Inditex physical EBIT numbers that we were talking about in the summary. If we do an average of these 4 years, we get around 33,000 million euros of physical EBIT, and this allows us to arrive at an average of 450k euros of EBIT per store. So we're talking about on a per store basis. And then we have H&M. So I took the latest quote unquote normal full year, 2019. So pre-pandemic, and we took information from the number of stores, total revenues, EBIT per store, and if you do that, you arrive at a number of 275 physical EBIT per store. So we're talking about 275k euros per store for H&M versus 450k euros per store for Inditex. So that's 40% less for its competitor, which is H&M. So this concludes the per store segment. Then we have Inditex store profitability on a per square meter basis. Inditex started shifting investor focus from the number of stores to total selling area some years ago because of their plan for the physical stores, because they wanted to close some stores that weren't that profitable and move more to central places. Also, this is part of their logistics plan, which we've been talking about in the latest posts. And that plan is concluded this year, or scheduled to be done this year. So how does Inditex store profitability look like on a per square meter basis? And then you have a table, another one with the latest 6 years, and you will see the total selling area. We will use this data to derive the per square revenues, per square EBIT, per square net income. And that's what you can see on a full year basis. And if you take a look at it, you will see that except from 2020, which is the pandemic year, the start of the pandemic, you will see that the numbers are pretty consistent. And revenue hovers around 5,000 million euros per square meter, and you have around 900,000 euros of EBIT per square meter, and then you have 700 for the net income per square meter. You can use these three numbers, the 5,000, the 900, and the 700, and compare them to what you have in your portfolio, if applicable. For example, is your 20 square meter shop selling 100k euros a year? You can use your numbers to compare to Inditex's numbers and see the strength of a brand. And we can go deeper into the segments of Inditex. Let's take a look at the profitability on a per square meter basis, but per concept. And you'll see another table, and in that table you will see, because they publish this data on the 10Ks, you'll see the EBT, so income before taxes, but Inditex doesn't have, except for the latest year, it doesn't have any debt, so it's the same as EBIT, so operational income. You will see that on per concept basis, Zara accounts for 72% of EBT, income before taxes, or earnings before taxes. So Zara is clearly the most important brand of all the Inditex brands. It's interesting to see that the heart of Inditex, Zara, has a very healthy, above 700 euros per square meter of net income, staying within the average of the whole company. Zara and Home alone contribute to over 70% of EBT. To arrive at this estimate, I took the EBT from the 10K and put a 23% tax over it, which is around 21 to 23% since 2013. Almost all of the other concepts like Zara in profitability, reinforcing the need to surveil Zara's performance as a gauge of Inditex future. To end, I'll leave you with two action points. The first one is for you to ask yourself, what's the revenue per square meter of space for the companies I hold in my portfolio that have physical presence? And the second one is Zara working on further strengthening the brand? So the last one is if you hold Inditex in your portfolio. That's it for this week. We'll see you next week.